Yeah, I forgot to mention this whole defamation thing, that Greenville is the one who is verifiably and provably guilty of defamation because they initiated a baseless, defamatory, for cause case against my tenancy based on lies and defamation of character, claiming that I was using my camera to chase down Black men in the streets. That is what they mentioned to me during a hearing in Eastern Housing Court in January of 2023. They claimed that I had 6 Black men file restraining orders against me, and their attorney was convinced that 6 Black men had restraining orders against me, residents of this building. That is so beyond false. I don't even know where to start with that one. But if they start claiming that I'm somehow defaming them by making these videos about the sex offenders they rent to, about the criminals and thugs that they protect and defend in court, those are verifiable facts. They went out in full force to defend Charles Thomas in court at a jury trial that was held last March when Mr. Thomas was the one who was guilty of making threats against me. I never approached Mr. Thomas. I find Mr. Thomas to be absolutely revolting, and I have never gone anywhere near Mr. Thomas, but Mr. Thomas verifiably approaches me, and he has done so on so many occasions that I've actually gotten a restraining order against Mr. Thomas in the form of a basically it was a judge's order as part of his bail release after he was arrested for issuing threats against me. That's not defamation, that's a fact. The Greenville Group supported Mr. Thomas when the Commonwealth charged him with crimes against me. In the meantime, the Greenville Group issued a court case against my tenancy, claiming that I was violating the lease by having 6 Black men file restraining orders against me. That is so beyond false. I don't even know where to start. Not only do I not approach any Black men or any men of this building at all, I actively go out of my way to avoid going anywhere near these low-life scumbags. They're all a bunch of low-life scumbags. It's not like they're Tom Brady and I desperately want to get near them so I can get their autograph. Are you kidding me? These are low-life scum that the Greenville Group chooses to rent to. They sit around in their cars blasting music in the parking lot and on the corners of Union Ave and Green Street. And then when I walk by their cars trying to get to the front door, they start shouting things at me. They get out of the car, they start confronting me. But somehow they have restraining orders against me. No. I have had restraining orders against 5 male residents in this building complex, but that is not what the Greenville Group claimed in their for-cause case against my tenancy. And that was defamation because their claims against me were verifiably false. That case was dropped because it was baseless, and that's a fact. So if they want to start claiming defamation, well, maybe they should just go look in the mirror and I can file a defamation case for them against them easily on the basis of that baseless claim against my tenancy alone. They had no reason to file a baseless, defamatory, for-cause eviction case against my tenancy based on this lie that 6 Black male tenants had obtained restraining orders against me. And that is something that their attorney actually told me. He said there are 6 Black male tenants that have restraining orders against you. That was during an Eastern Housing Court hearing. And I said, what? Where are you coming up with this? Not only do 6 Black men not have restraining orders against me, not a single one. And it's actually the reverse. And I will list the names of the men against whom I have been issued restraining orders by the court over the last 10 years. K. Johnson, R. McLean, he's actually an employee of the Greenville Group. I obtained a temporary restraining order against him in 2018 or 2017, 2018. E. Hurtado, who physically assaulted me, and I had to go to the hospital with a concussion. I had a verifiable restraining order against Mr. Hurtado for 6 years, granted by the court and renewed by the court every year for 6 years after that assault. W. Rodriguez, another tenant of the Greenville Group who physically assaulted me on the sidewalk outside the building one night when I was coming home from work and minding my own business, I had to go to the hospital with a concussion because of W. Rodriguez's physical assault. And he was told to stay away from me by a judge. And there was a TRO issued in that case. Most recently, C. Thomas. That was a TRO issued by the judge when Mr. Thomas was arrested on January 2nd, I believe, of 2023 for issuing threats against me. One of the conditions of his bail release was that he stay away from me and have no contact. And obviously he has failed to do that and continues to approach me and engage in harassment for no apparent reason. So let's see, that's 5 male tenants of the Greenville group and 1 employee, so tenants and employee, over the last 10 years that I have been granted verifiably TROs or ROs by the court. So when the Greenville group claims that 6 of their black male tenants have been granted restraining orders against me, that is a flat out lie, and that is defamatory to a provable extent that is absolutely astounding. When someone bases an entire illegal retaliatory court case against you based on false and defamatory claims, then you're the one with a fantastic defamation case against them. So yeah, who's defamatory now? Yeah, let's just see them try, because then they're going to get slapped so hard with a return volley of their own defamation against me that their head is going to spin. And why are the police officers at the E13 constantly telling me that I'm a hooker? Because the Greenville group has informed them that I'm some sort of a hooker. They're all convinced I'm a hooker. I have worked as a master's level research scientist since I was 22 years old. I've always been gainfully employed. I've never gone near being any kind of a sex worker. I've never wanted to. Who the hell would want to get paid to sleep with hideous, disgusting, ugly, perverted men who can't get laid on their own? I mean, that's just revolting. But the Greenville group don't really, pay attention to facts. They've been telling everybody that they think that I am a hooker, that I am crazy. That's verifiably false. There's absolutely no medical support for that theory whatsoever. Not once in my entire life have I been seen by a psychiatrist or a psychologist. Not once in my entire life has any physician or even physician's assistant suggested that I see a mental health professional. Why? Because I don't need to. I am an extremely rational person and have always had excellent control of my emotions unless I am actively being assaulted or harmed in some way. And then that is normal, right? Getting upset when people are trying to hurt you, when they're invading your privacy, when you're getting harassed, that is normal. That is not crazy, but stupid people don't know that. So again, defamation much? The Greenville group filed a baseless, defamatory, retaliatory illegal case against my tenancy just 4 months after I had filed a complaint against them with inspectional services. And they claimed that I was harassing other tenants by taking pictures of them with my phone, and that 6 of these black male tenants had restraining orders against me. That is so beyond verifiably false that they should probably stop and think if they're even going to try to do anything regarding defamation, right?